Hey everyone, Chang here and welcome to my channel. Now, for today's video, this is part of the Bare Minimum Algebra series. We are going to be talking about multiplying and dividing terms. Now, if you haven't seen my previous video about adding and subtracting terms, I will be making reference to it to show that there are some key differences in terms of the step-by-step on how to solve them. So, the first and foremost is they do not have to be like terms. Now, in adding and subtracting, they actually do, right? And I went into details on what is a like term or a similar term, whereas when you're multiplying and dividing these terms, they do not have to be like or similar at all. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go to the step-by-step. Now, in order to multiply or divide terms, you can actually break it down into 3 easy steps. The first one is to multiply or divide based on what the problem is asking you to do, right? The coefficient. Secondly, you're going to multiply or divide the variables if possible, right? If not, then, well, you don't do it, right? Lastly, here's the key difference, right? Notice that the first and second step is multiply or divide based on the problem itself. However, it doesn't matter if you're multiplying or dividing the terms, the last step is still the same. You're going to multiply the end results. So let's look at some examples of that. All right, so let's start off with these 3 examples. Hopefully it will clarify some of the potential scenarios that you will see when multiplying and dividing terms. The first one's fairly simple. You have a number multiplying by a term, a number, and a variable. So the way it works is fairly simple. You're just going to multiply the numbers together. 5 times 3 right here is just basically 15. So let me just highlight what you're multiplying, right? So that's 15, and then since there is no multiplying of variables of any sort, right, you're just going to leave it alone. And there it is, right? You multiply the end result because guess what? The first result is 15. The second result, since you can't do anything, is x. We multiply them together is 15x. The second one is slightly different because now there's 2 different variables. Once again, you're going to multiply the numbers first, which is going to be 6, right? And then you're going to multiply the 2 variables, which is going to be x times y or xy. Then after that, you're going to multiply those 2 results together is 6xy. The last one, we're going to use a division because why not, right? So once again, now instead of multiplying the 2 coefficients, you're actually dividing the 2 coefficients. So it's just going to be 4 divided by 5 first is what we're paying attention to, which is 4 over 5. Unless you want to convert to decimal, your choice, right? And then afterwards, you have x divided by x, and luckily for us, x divided by x is just 1. So now you have 4 over 5 times 1, which equals 4 over 5. Plain and simple. I was actually thinking a little bit, and I actually want to add this first because in case this is not a review in any way, shape, or form, and this is just you're using this to solve a specific problem, or you are using this video to basically study, which, like I mentioned in the introductory video, not completely recommended. All right, so x divided by x is 1, y divided by y is 1, because guess what? Any number divided by itself, the same number, is usually 1. There is a caveat. I did this equals 1, and in that problem it worked because we didn't know what x is. But the second you know, or there's a hunch, or it's a possibility that x equals 0, then this does not work. Okay, so just wanted to point that out to you. If you ever encounter a situation where all of a sudden you're dividing by a variable and that variable happens to be 0 and it screws you up, here's your disclaimer. All right, so there you have it. 3 steps into multiplying and dividing terms. Now, once again, remember, in summary, the key is that you don't have to worry about it being like terms or similar terms like you would in adding or subtracting the terms. Multiplying and dividing, you basically have free range. Now, the 3 steps are fairly simple. First and foremost, you're worried about the coefficient. You're just going to multiply or divide the coefficients together. The second one, you're going to multiply or divide the variables if possible. If not, you just leave it alone. Lastly, for the third one, you are only going to multiply the 2 results together. Do not divide in any way. You're going to mess yourself up. So only multiply the 2 results together, and that would be your final answer. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hopefully this video is extremely simple, right? If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.